Okay, I think we're ready to start, Ellen. So great. Welcome to the Riff Doers Workshop. I'm Ellie and I work on community and growth. Today we've got Ellen joining us for this session where we're going to talk about problem solving. We're going to talk about kind of what's new. We're going to build something live with you and answer some of your questions that you submitted. So thanks for that. Ellen, do you want to start by telling us a bit about yourself and what you do at Riff?
Yes, of course. I recently graduated from business school. I graduated this spring, and then I joined Data Button, now Riff, full-time from August. And I work in the customer success team. So I work with the customers all day long, and really trying to make it possible and enable them to build what they're supposed to do, and for them to get their wished outcome of their app. So it's super excited to be here, and it's so cool to see what everyone is building.
Yeah.
Really, really inspiring to talk to people all the time. People are insanely creative. So yeah, it's very cool.
So tell us, I just want to know, like, a day in the life of Ellen. What would that look like? What Riff?
I start with a very nice to-do list in the morning, and then all of a sudden you have 10 other to-dos. Then you have to prioritize your day after the new list. Usually talk to customers all day long, and trying to get on so many calls as possible. I feel like once you're able to talk face to face, it's easier to really understand the struggles and easier to help people out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I love hanging out in the support chat. Yeah, helping people with their problems and
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's great. So you mean
it.
about the calls? Because I joined you for some of the onboarding calls that we have with users, and it's just so inspiring
Yeah,
to see what they're building, to understand what they want
it's so
to
nice.
achieve. Yeah, it's a really good session.
Yeah, and I feel like it's easier as well for them to like ask the right questions and be able to just ask all the burning questions at the same time, which is super nice.
Agree. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Ella, before we go into our kind of next bit, I want you to tell us, or can you tell us something that someone wouldn't know about you? Something so fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I am a person who really have a tendency not to think so much into things I decide to do maybe. So 3 summers ago, I decided to buy a sailboat, yeah, with a friend of mine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then the main goal is to become really good at sailing. I will not say that I am there yet, but I'm getting there.
That's amazing.
So,
How have you not mentioned this to me?
I have not.
No.
Is it true?
So true.
Oh
I know you
yeah.
like
That's weird because I usually have a tendency to drop that. That's become a part of my persona. So it's weird that I haven't told you yet.
talk about that next time I see you for sure.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well,
But
so should we go on to what's coming, or kind of what we've been up to?
yeah, hit it.
Go for it.
So yeah, we launched Riff.ai. I think it's around 2 weeks ago now, and we had an amazing launch party in Oslo. We're located in Oslo, Norway, the capital in Norway. So yeah, we did a launch party. We had around 300 people attending the party, which was it was amazing to meet people and talk to our everyday customers. Really understand what they need in the product as well, and they are a part of the journey as well. So it was so nice to celebrate the evening with them as well. And alongside with the product launch, we also launched that we have a Series A. So we have now 16 million in the bank. That's going to help us develop the product even further and meet the customer needs as well. So it's a very interesting time at the headquarters in Oslo. Yeah, super excited to be a part of this and see where it's taking us. So a part of the probably a lot of people on here know Riff before, and then they know that we were called Data Button.
Mhm.
And I was also first introduced to Data Button as a product. But as we dwelled deeper into the customer base, we saw that a lot of our customers are actually using Data Button to build internal tools. So we asked ourselves, how can we enable people to build even faster, neater, better apps quicker? So that's a part of the reason why we decided to launch Riff.
Mhm.
Um, and I would say, from my point of view, comparing Date Button to Riff, it's so much easier for me as a non-technical person to build apps quicker in Riff, which is super exciting. I feel like I have a tool that works on the same level as me, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm the same. And I was, of course, one of those Data Button users before I joined Data Button. And I saw that same similar pattern of being able to build tools for my clients, for work, before I joined the team.
Yeah,
It makes so much sense. And the same, like the experience I get, and we'll obviously go through that in a moment, but from being able to get from an idea or concept through to a finished app is just so quick.
yeah, it's so
And it's just
nice.
nice to be able to enable people to do that. But let's talk a bit about your kind of, well, our human support, what the human in the loop element of this is
Yeah,
super
of course.
important.
Yeah, I think this might be one of the most important parts of Riff. Not to be any biased here, as I work in the customer success team, but I think it's super important to enable humans in the loop of the age of AI. I mean, you can come so and so far by building, and it's has the capability to be looked upon as magic. But at some point, it's very nice to talk to a human being and not the AI
Mhm.
agent. So we're really trying to enable that for our users as well. So we are a very dedicated support team that helps you along the way, along your building journey. You can use product support in directly from your workspace, and we are able to help you if you have any blockers, errors whatsoever. We're able to solve them right away, which I think is super important because I think a lot of people tend to not continue with their building because they meet this easy, so to speak, blockers. And then it's so nice to talk to a friendly face, I would say, to make them overcome these errors as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what you get from
Yeah.
the community as well, isn't it? Being in that community space, you see things that other people are sharing that you wouldn't necessarily know about. It's all
Yeah.
very much a learning journey for all of us, especially when you start off, is being able to understand,
Yeah.
well, understand a bit more and get some intuition about the platform itself, which takes a bit of time, give
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
a bit of a break. But that's why we're doing these sessions as well, to be able to help people and guide them on their first steps. But yeah, being able in
Yeah.
product, I need help. It's super. We'll have a look at that when we go into the platform in a moment, of course. But no, it's great. It's,
Yeah.
and you say you spend a lot of time in support through the day, just hang out in there. So yeah, but we could bring some more insights into that
Mm.
as we go through. If there's anything you see that people are raising that we can bring out.
Yeah. Please fire away in the
Mm,
chat, and then we can do some live supporting as well.
definitely. No,
And yeah, happy to assist.
yeah. Well, one thing before we get into building is we had a couple questions come in about integrations and kind of like wanting some ideas of what you can build. So we're actually building out a lot of our documentation, and there's many quick starts that will help you get up and running. Just very quick apps that help you to start with something small and get that outcome quite quickly. So definitely recommend going to our documentation. But when you think about the integrations, the team they're building out some incredible native integrations. One click, off you go. You're connected to HubSpot, Notion, Slack, Google, and that's growing every day. But also custom integrations that the agent can handle really well, which is any product that you have with an API, you can then connect to that through the agent. So the agent's very good at being able to set that up. So the kind of patterns that we see people building, the types of apps, we've got like dashboards, automations, and agents. We're going to build something today which has a combination of all three of these. So yes, might as well get started on that. Well, what we've got, so I'm going to start kind of like more with the problem. So what is the problem? Just check you can see. There we go. So if we've got a data set here, of course it's fake. I won't share anyone's data, but it's a fake data set of customer feedback. So pretty much every team will have and will have to deal with. And it contains like multiple different types of category data, numerical, as well as free text. The free text for me is like where I find it most challenging when I'm analyzing, especially some of the data science background. It's been one of those things you have to put in previously quite a lot of work and actually not get very much gain and insights, not as rich as you'd like. So you end up having to read through quite a lot, which is why I love you can now use AI to help with that. So I guess like if you start with the problem is I have all this customer feedback data and I need to understand it. I want to understand where we can focus our efforts. And this type of data is like from a technical product, so it's quite aligned with what we do. So we're going to explore using Riff for that. Let me just go to the Riff tab. So when you have created your account and logged in, you'll be presented with a prompt box. And underneath, you'll see all the apps that you've created. Those that have used Data Button previously will see their projects in here. And in future date, we'll be able to move that over to Riff, but they'll still function exactly as they would do previously. So if we think about how we're going to position this problem that we have, so we mentioned earlier, we can build dashboards, automations, agents. So my first thing I'm going to ask the agents to do is build a dashboard with a chat agent that enables me to analyze and generate insights from customer review data. And then I'm going to tell it now where it's stored in Google Sheets. And I'm going to say also, so I want to add the agent in the chat, in the dashboard view. So something we see quite a lot is the question at this stage. People are quite used to having to really think out their project. Maybe they use ChatGPT or something prior to understand a bit more about what is it I want to build? What is it? How am I going to solve this problem? But with Riff, what you can do is, let's say that I just start with this. We're then going to go into the next stage, which is the onboarding agent. And this typically is the agent's taking your request. It's kind of looking for any ambiguity. It's trying to understand the ask of what it is that you need, and then kind of formulating a plan. Sometimes it has questions for you and it will ask you those questions. And other times it will be quite certain that, this is the kind of plan that we'll do for you. But even if you get this plan at this stage, this agent is capable of being able to research some more for you. So just to demonstrate, let's say that research categories that will help me to break the customer comments data down. This is technical comment, a technical product. So what we're sort of demonstrating here is the ability to sort of spar with the agent. It's going to use its like internet search. So it uses Perplexity, so it's got quite an extensive ability to research. Other use cases here that we've seen, I know we worked on this this week, didn't we, Ellen, when we were asking, we had like an API that we wanted to understand a bit more. It was for Gleep. and we sort of asked the agent to go off and research the API, what it's capable of doing, how are we going to get the data, kind of trying to understand how the data is structured, and is it feasible for us to do what we want to do with that. And also for you, like, tell me how you felt like when you were researching it as well, because of course, being from a traditionally non-tech background, it was, what did you learn through that process? What were you able to get out of that?
Yeah, it's so nice to feel like I'm aligned with the information that the agent truly has. So I'm able to trust the agent even more because I am aligned on the information that the agent also has. And I feel like I am on the same level as well, which is super nice of in terms of like understanding how things are aligned and how things are structured. It's very important for me to understand that before I go into the building, so I know what to ask for with the agent, and also if the agent is asking me stuff as well, I am able to really understand the core features that I'm looking for. So it's so nice for me to use this as a prepping tool, so to speak.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really love this feature.
And I think we established, and through our experience of working with different customers over this period of time, is there's kind of like
Yeah.
falling to maybe two buckets, not strictly, but you've got the one side which is very experimental. They're quite happy to tinker. They're quite happy to jump in and see what happens. And I definitely feel like I'm more on that side. Whereas you feel like you're more on the other side, which is a bit more cautious, wanting to understand it a bit more before you jump in. And I think, this gives you that opportunity to just take that step.
Yeah, for
Learn
sure.
and one
Yeah.
first. So and then we spoke recently about kind of women in tech, and I think that traditionally women in tech followed the pattern of your kind of style and experimenting. So I love that this is one of those features that I love about Riff, is being able to make it more accessible, especially for women. So great, that's our kind of tip that we wanted to share, because we definitely really useful. So let's create a plan. So let's keep it moving. So it's enabled me to sort of, as I say, research the internet, ask some questions, and give it a bit more context. So now let's create our plan. And at this stage, we can actually edit it. So just click here and remove things if you, remove or edit if you wanted to change anything. But I think we're happy with that. Yeah. First thing I want to do is get this running. So now this is creating our space. So there's quite a few steps here that it does for you in the background. But I guess this is one of those beautiful things I love about Riff, is if you look under the hood of this, there's a mass of complexity of like just beautiful structure that is being like this interface for you. It might be like, oh, come on, but what it's actually doing is incredible. And I think that's why, it's hard to not take things for granted when you see what's being presented in front of you at the end. This is like, of course, representing a whole application in the back end, a repo, the whole database, authentication, version setup is just incredible. But yeah, we get to experience it in a nice flow, which I like.
I also love the feature where you can see where the agent is at on this card
That's
as well.
a good shout. We press that little button. Yeah, being able to see.
It's also cool to, yeah. Exciting.
Oh, it's given us. So yeah, this is an interface that we see at the beginning. And it's not functioning right now. So the purpose of this is to show you, of course, like what it's got in mind and what it's thinking of building. So before we start anything, just for anyone that's new and haven't used this before, this preview area is where we're going to be able to see our application and interact with it as if it was live. We've got our agent chat on the side here. Another important thing is in the tasks. So whenever the agent has created a plan, it will then give you a representative set of tasks to view, and this is what the agent is going to work on. It's going to keep its focus. It's going to help us get from idea, problem to problem. So yep, we can see that it's already done task 1 for us without us even knowing. So what's next?
I think it's so nice to, alongside with understanding how everything works, it's so nice to also have the overview of the tasks as well, in order to follow the agent as well.
Yeah.
So it's super nice to just check in, read the tasks that the agent is going to perform.
Yeah.
Prior to the building, and then
yeah, because I think
nice.
that's definitely helps along the line of like when we're working together as well, hasn't it? Like being able to see the tasks helps you to just see incrementally what's been done at each stage and what you should expect to happen at each stage. And these tasks generally a common theme. Like the first one's pretty much always going to be the UI. Then you're going to have the connections for task 2. And then further on from there, whatever integrations and interfaces you're building would then come from there. But yeah, we're able to just kind of work on one at a time. So the next one, as we say, is to connect the Google Sheets. And this is so quick. We can just start the task. And this is part of the integration suite, the native integrations. And you'll see in a minute just how seamless it is. The tool, and it's able to call that tool to then ask you to connect to the integration, and it's using OAuth. So you can't, let's see if you can see this tab. So share this tab. Yep, you'll be able to see my login here. So I'm just log in. Great. And then it's telling us what it has access to. So it's going to see the Google Drive files and all the sheets. I'll show you in just a moment the permissions. Oh, that's gone now. Again, it'll be closed down. Let me connect up to the screen. I'll show you the integrations. If you go to more and then down to integrations, you can see that I've already connected Google Sheets. And if we want to manage that now, we can have control over this and see exactly what it's having access to. So if we manage permissions,
that's also very nice to have. From my point of view, that is so nice to see what the integrations really are doing. It's very nice.
It just gives you that bit more control and understanding of what's going on. But one of the things we've realized was some people, they just have that fear of, oh, I'm connecting now, like what's going to happen? But being able to break that down. Great. So let's go back to the preview and see what it's done. So it's been able to set up an endpoint. So what it's saying here now is, what is your spreadsheet ID? So each time the agent comes back, there'll be some sort of action for you to do. It'll try and do as much as it can without needing, until it needs you to do something, which I think is awesome. I'm just going to switch to this tab to show you where to get that URL. It's simply this one here, because what it does is it takes this unique ID. Because it's already connected, you can simply just take this, pass that into the agent.
I don't think we don't see your URL, but
I just took the URL of the sheet. Go back into here. Thank you. I've just pasted that URL in here. We're going to whack that in. And now it's looking at the ID. So usually what the agent does now is it actually, because we've given it permission to read it, it's going to take a look at that data so it can understand. It needs to see, just like you would do if you were given a sheet, if you were asked to analyze it, it would read all the column headers, it will try and understand each particular column. You can see it's using its Python code now. And the output, so it's taken a sample so it can understand it. Yep, and now it's updating the endpoint because it's seen the data now and it's like, great, I can readjust this. And this is what I like. We've been working on some templates for people with dashboards, and on an hour documentation where it's kind of a quick start. You can click and open up an app that has a dashboard already, connect any sales data to it, and then it will automatically adjust based on that data. So we're trying to build things out like that for people to help them get started super quick, remove that kind of friction of the first.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's great. I think sometimes you don't. It's hard to even know what you're going to build, so it's super nice to just get that head start.
Absolutely. Yeah, while this is working, Ellen, while we do that, I'm just gonna go to our homepage because 1 second, let me share the tab. So on our Riff.ai, one bit of feedback we've had from users is they've really found these use cases really helpful just to explore and understand what's possible. Loads of people are using these already. You can also find inspiration for specific integrations that we have: Google Sheets, SendGrid, Slack, Stripe. Stripe's super popular, and so is HubSpot. Actually, we've got so many different use cases. But yeah, you can explore these, and this is that whole like getting inspiration for what's possible, because sometimes you don't know that your problem can be solved with this tool until you learn from other people and see what other people are building. And that's why it's great to be part of a community, and why it's important for us to share these experiences as well. Okay, I can hear a ding. Don't know if you heard that as well, but that means my AI's cut. I love that little ding. Okay, so let's see. It's been able to get the data. It's telling us kind of how many fields are in there, what types of fields. So actually, I'm gonna ask it a question. So this is one thing I love about this agent here with our data. I've used it so many times, and I say, like, with my background as a data scientist, this type of work on my own would have taken me so long.
Yeah.
That it just removes that friction, not only for me, but also enables people that don't have that skill set to just like get stuff done. So there's so many people I've worked
for
with
sure.
in my previous roles that are just loving this. So anyway, I'm going to ask you. So we can see there's an NPS score.
I think you need to change the tab. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. So we're going to ask the agent, can you identify the top reasons for a low NPS score? Use the customer feedback as well and explain how I could improve the NPS score. So NPS score is Net Promoter Score. So this is saying whether it's like one of those ones with a scale on 1 to 10, how likely to recommend this to a friend or family. And with that scale, if it's under a certain amount, then you know that focusing on those areas means that you can really make some advanced improvements to your product. So being able to take that segment and then understand what people are saying in that segment can really help to focus the product team on what's important for your customers, users. So we can see here that the agent's pulled up some visualizations. It's saying it's pulled out some sort of bug. Let's go a bit quick. iOS. So you can see here it's called them detractors, which is the right language. So if one that does a 0 to 6, so I hadn't had to teach the agent about the NPS or tell it anything other than NPS. And it's able to say that the distribution of detractors, the passive people who score between 7 and 8, and the promoters 9 and 10.
That's so
Exactly.
cool.
Like I'm getting insights just from this. I've not built anything yet. So, so what the problem is, the common complaints, app crashing, there, and then how we can fix it. So you can imagine, like, I now see this, and I've built this kind of with the agent, sparred a little bit on what's important to me. And so I could be like, can we build this dashboard out to focus on the NPS? Like to be able to drive. That's my goal and objective now, is to improve our NPS score. So that means I've got a focus now for my dashboard. It's not just showing me the data. It's like, let's drive change. So already I can send this insight to the team and be like, guys, let's, but also I can set up a pipeline now to enable this when it comes through to be reanalyzed, and those specific, we can monitor whether changes have made an improvement or whether we're still getting these coming through. So let's see. I mean, there's just so much insight in here, and it's so good if it was actual data, wouldn't it? But yeah, this is the sort of thing we build internally to help us to understand. So
Yeah.
So it says expected impact as well. So moving just 30% of detractors to passive would improve the NPS to 80. Excuse me. Moving. So yeah, I've already got like insights that are realistic, actionable, and achievable, and I know how to measure improvement. Okay. So it's already said, want me to create a dashboard to track these metrics over time. So it's already read my mind. It knows it so well. Yes, let's go for it. And I think this is the difference between the data button product and the Riff product for me is it's so focused on people that work and, people's work knows that our work is, and we are trying to improve our business and we are trying to work better as teams. And so therefore, not only the product being created with these integrations already, being able to connect data super quick, also the agent being super, tuned into making our lives easier. So I'd say we, as employees, we're already sharing what we're building in Riff, and I think that'll be really good because we'll have future sessions where we'll bring other people from the team in. We'll be able to show people kind of what we're building and what that means for us, how it's helped us move things. The agent's now making a plan because we've changed the plan slightly, which is totally fine. We've changed the focus. And this goes back to something we heard from a few customers recently is about, I think, changing the mindset from using a tool, other tools like maybe Lovable and stuff like that, is they have to have a really solid plan up front and they have to know exactly what they want to build. And therefore they have to scope it all out and they have to understand everything in advance, which is very difficult actually. Whereas what we're able to do here is have our initial plan. We don't have to think it all out straight away. We kind of start with our outcome. What is it we want to do? We've just given it, we thought about a problem. We've given it kind of, well, this is how we think we might want to solve it. But during this process, we've been able to figure out a bit more about how we're going to present this data. We're going to set up a pipeline going forward to move.
Which is a really nice way to work with internal tools because you have the problem, right? And then alongside the process comes also the outcome, which is a very nice way to work with AI when building internal tools. I feel like if I were to sit down and prompt, I want this and this, and this is going to be the outcome, and I need this data to look like this, and I need a Kanban board for this. And if I were to like visualize everything from the very beginning, that would be a very high leap for me to actually start building. Which is and
that leads to not even starting. And I think it's just getting past that initial barrier. And I definitely recommend, and as we suggest to people when they come through their onboarding, is just build something, build one thing. You don't have to solve all your problems right now, but what will happen in that building, that one thing, whether you follow our quick tutorials, whether you just simply connect a Google Sheet with some mock data and just do what we're doing now, it just breaks down that initial barrier. And what you'll find is, as you're working day to day, because you know what's possible and you've been inspired by what other people are building, I do this all the time. I'm like, oh, I could totally use Riff for this. Why I'm doing this manually right now? Like this, okay. So you just end up whipping up an app like super quick and being like, right, okay, well, this.
And it goes so fast, doesn't it? It goes so fast. It's insane. It's like, as I was telling you earlier, like, you have this to-do list from the very beginning, and then you have other tasks, and then suddenly you're just riffing up the 10 extra tasks, and you're able to finish things up before 4. It's amazing.
Great. So we got data being pulled through. It's live. It's connected. So we've got an agent. So we're okay for time, which is good. For conversational analytics and AI-powered review categorization. Ooh, yes, please. Okay. So So at this point in this app, we haven't had to use the database yet because it's live feeding. And as it, excuse me, as it receives that data, it just displays it into our chart. But if we're adding AI into this now, I would want to be able to capture those responses, store my chats. I would want to add in something for being able to observe. And I know there's one of our users that have signed up to the webinar. I've mentioned that about being able to have traceability of the AI. So we could add our agent in here and then also have it capture what's being stored. So all the traceability of what questions are being asked, what were the responses, what was the cost, to have that traceability and observability as well. So let's do it. So I'm going to ask it. So let's do task 5, but because I'm now talking more about the observability, but make sure that we have following. Excuse my typos. I don't actually type properly anymore. So we want to have store the responses in the database and have chat history. I want to have traceability, so store all the metadata about the sent from the API for observability and traceability. I'm using these words because I know that the agent will know it's for the API and the LLM, but you could probably ask in any other way. You could say, that stuff that comes from the agent when it responds.
Yeah, for sure.
Store that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said that before, haven't we? We've said things to the agent. We're like, how did you even interpret that? Like, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. Okay. So I want the chat to be able to query the data. So what we're doing now is we're adding a tool to the agent. This will be a tool that enables the agent to query the raw data. So we've got an agent that has stored history, chat history, and we're going to have all the observability and traceability, and it's also going to have a tool so it can actually all the data. So let's see what it does. I find myself when I've typed this prompt in, I'm like thinking about it, and then there's no one in my room. I'm just hitting it, and I'm like, let's see what you can do.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
my term, and I notice myself doing it sometimes. I'm like, I sound so stupid.
Did you create a new task, or did you just add upon the task 5?
I said let's do task 5. So yeah, I to enhance it. So let's see. We can have this traceability in this chat as well. We can see what it's doing, updating the task. Let's just go back a sec. Update the task status, and we're creating the database schema. It's just so quick. I mean, it's done the migration. It's done. Now we've called its tool for OpenAI, which I'm going to grab the API key. 1 second. Thought it's somewhere safe.
Yeah. I think whenever you have any manual tasks, like if you have a large set of data, whether it's Excel or Docs or whatever, and you're going to enhance the data somewhat, and if your first intent is to go through each like list from 1 to 100, then you should definitely think that this is something you can riff.
Oh, absolutely. Just spin up and out.
Yeah.
Within minutes, you're like, you type all this in and ask questions. So yeah,
for sure.
Great.
And I think it's so good what you just said in the beginning, that it's so nice to just start with the small problems if you have a hard time starting. Like, just start with your Excel sheet, try to understand the data even better.
Yeah.
Make a nice visualization of the data. Yeah, start in the small, and then you become better and better for each time you build an app.
Exactly.
So it's all about just starting, really, which is the
Just riff it.
Yeah, riff it real good.
Are we going to sing that in karaoke next time?
Yeah, I'm in.
Is that salt and pepper? No, yeah, salt and pepper.
Yeah, I think that's salt and pepper.
Yeah, I can do salt and pepper on the karaoke. I think better than the one we did before, but let's not go there.
I see that there hasn't been any questions in the chat, so please, if you have anything, add them, and then we will answer.
Okay, so it's now great. It's done all the back end stuff whilst we've been chatting. I love it. And now it's doing the front end, the interface for us. So it's adding it as a side panel on the dashboard, which is very handy. So while we're here and waiting, talk about this is where this is where you can access Ellen or some of our other lovely team members. So quick report an issue bug, send that there. It gets pinged straight to the team. Explain what went wrong, and also you can ask questions here. So simple as that, really. And you're in product. Yep. And the team will be able to help you out if you're stuck. Alternatively, go to Discord, which we mentioned. And our lovely new community space will be launching soon. So we'll have an update.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm so excited for it. So excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very on brand, and a very nice place for people to hang out and get to understand Riff even better.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do a lot more in there with regards to helping inspire people and engage as well, which is really important.
Oh, we have a question.
Ooh.
Where can I see the logs the way I can in data button? That's a really good question.
I'm so sorry.
Where are the logs?
I've not had a problem yet. Right, logs. Right here in the top corner.
Yeah.
Toggle console, and your logs will appear here. So exactly the same as with data button. And the same tools. So if you have an issue, you can send logs to the agent, clear, etc. So top corner there. Generally, like in comparison to data button, like with data button had this open quite a lot of times. There was, I've had to send quite a few logs, but the agent very much does a lot of that itself. So it looks at the logs building and it fixes it before.
Which is amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, but there will be times when you'll need this because, we're the agent's eyes in some of these things. So when we're testing. Editor is available. Okay. So let's see, we've got a chat to agent complete. Let's see what it's done.
We have another question here as well. Would you kindly show me how to create an agent in HubSpot? Like, I want to see how can it be helpful for the deal sales pipeline? A very cool use case.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely can. And we're actually doing part of that now. So not from HubSpot though. So what we've just to catch you up, we've connected to this Google Sheet data, which is customer review data. We've been able to create a dashboard. We connected through the OAuth authentication, which is in integrations. So for your use case, instead of connecting to Google Sheets, you'll be connecting to HubSpot. And this is exactly the same method, like click a button, you can manage permissions here. So you'll get an idea of what it is that the agent is connecting to. We've got both read and writes on HubSpot. So there's quite a lot of scope there to make your automations or dashboards or agents. And as I say, you simply connect your account here. Very quick. So what you would do in your initial prompt is say that exactly what you're saying here. I want to create an agent for that.
Basically, write the question in the prompt box, and then you're good to go.
Literally, the agent will be able to. You mentioned the keywords HubSpot agent. Your deal says
and your outcome. So
Yeah, love it.
you're good to go, Sabir.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing that the agent, it isn't quite visible yet, but that's fine. So the database is set up. The AI can query your data, which is brilliant, complete a chat interface. Okay, so I'm gonna say to it, I cannot see the tab agent. Where is this? Can you check it has been added? I'm also going to just quickly check my logs to see if there's not an error when I load the page, just to save a bit of time. But this is like our kind of interaction with it here. It's done a lot of work, and then it's saying like, this is how you test it. And we're like, okay, can't see it. Just let the agent know. There's no errors in the logs. So it's probably one final step for it to be added. But all the legwork's been done, really.
Yeah, that's true. I just added the docs as well in the chat.
Nice, brilliant, yeah.
So it's a very nice, quick build an agent guide there. I think. I think you added that one. Yeah. So a very nice place to start is just by following that guide, step by step, and then you will have the agent or the bot up and running in, like, I would say around 15 minutes.
Yeah, easily. I mean, you've got
Max.
you've got your connection to HubSpot, which is super quick, and it sets up agents, like extremely quick. Okay, so my previous fix didn't do this, so let's see. On the 5th, oh, I wasn't looking in the right place. User error. Okay. What can you tell me about this data? So we're just going to do our quick test. I don't know exactly how it's going to wrap, but I'm going to also open the logs because I want to just see what's happening.
Yeah.
So in the logs, brilliant. I can see an error instantly. I quickly just whiz that to the agent. Because the agent's not able to test the interface and how it connects, it can test the API.
Yeah.
So it's just, at the moment, there's something wrong with the interface when it's sent and the response it comes back. Nothing to be worried about, super easy. If you just copy my question so it can...
It's such a nice workflow to have the logs open.
Absolutely.
And see what's going on.
Yeah.
And then, as you did here, just prompt it to the agent, and then it will be able to troubleshoot whatever issue.
Definitely.
It's so
and
nice.
I say it like, if you think of it as an analogy, it's like a doctor. If the doctor is looking at you, he's looking at your symptoms. So it has to look in certain different areas, take different tests. Like the AI is taking care of a lot of that. There's only a couple of things that we can do, like you say, test the front end, look for the symptoms, send the diagnosis. And it's just making a change, which is great. And it's making a note as to what happened. Right, so I'm just going to ask again. It's stored user message. It's loading. Oh, okay. Sentiment rating. So common issues top rated. Please let me know. What can you tell me about each of the features? I don't even know if that's even a thing we can do. Just because it said. Oh, it's aggregating. Oh, nice. So you can see it's calling functions for us on our behalf. In the back end, it's using Python. So the agent set up this tool for our agent that is able to query the data. You can see it's got quantities. I love it. Yeah. So now I can then distribute this to my team, and they can then use this interface to ask questions of the data as well. So following on to this, if we wanted to enhance it a bit more, we are going to stop now because of the time. But if we wanted to enhance this even more, we would then set up the agent to maybe run at certain times and ask certain questions of the data and ping it over to Slack for us. And actually, we would that done in 2 minutes. But it's as simple as asking the agent here, let me just ask it, set up a schedule where the agent will be asked the question. Let's just say it that. So it will then run that each morning at 7 a.m. This could be every 15 minutes, every 1 minute, every week. And then sends to Slack. So we have 2 things working here, which is our Slack integration, a simple click, you are connected. It can then set up an endpoint, that will send the information to our Slack channel. It also has schedules. So schedules are the awesomest thing that came most recently. I love it when we get these updates. Agents are able to set up schedules that will run specific functions, specific endpoints at certain times. So as you say, we've got connect our Slack, which we can do. I've just opened a modal, but it's literally installing it onto our Slack application. For me to do Slack previously in Data Button, it wasn't like the hardest, but it was time consuming, and you have to be quite technical to know how to do it. Like you'd read the documentation. So this is just beautiful.
Yeah. And it's so nice. Okay, so you create a super nice tool, but in order for the rest of the team to be on top of the information, it's so nice to ping it over to Slack.
Exactly. So they can have that sent to them. So as a team, because we've got quite a lot of these apps connected to our Slack where we have certain things come through to keep us informed, to help us know what to change and where maybe some friction might be to help our customers. It's all set up through Riff, but also being able to share the actual app so people could come in on their own and explore as well. And they might want to set up a job. They might be like, I want to know this question every single day, send it to me. So you can do it 2 ways. You can invite people to this. So I can just invite Ellen, for example. I can also deploy. So Ellen will have the same view as me right here, and she can use this space to build. If I deploy, which I would need to do, I need to add authentication, which takes like a few clicks. But once I've done that, I can click deploy, and then it's good to go. So whilst it's doing that, I'm just going to show you how to change the authentication. So click to enable authentication here. I'm going to make sure that all my endpoints have authentication. And now when we go to deploy, we can now see that security is good to go. And then I can just hit that. It will take minutes, and then Ellen will be able to access this application. She'll see a login page like this. And she'll be able to use it. Even though it's fake data, by the way, Ellen. We'll get it hooked up to something else because it works. But yeah, I think like even with this as a template, like once this is built, if I want to then use it for something else, and the whole framework of what I've built, so dashboard, the integration, it will just work. I just need to work with the agents. I've changed the data. This is what it looks like now. Can you? So but yeah, this is setting it all up now. So what we're going to have is that automation, an AI agent, and a dashboard. Et voila. Boom. Oh, I love building in Riff. So cool. Right. Great. So yeah, that's the end of the session. And Ellen, thank you so much for joining us. We'll have you back on soon for another.
It's a pleasure.
Stop sharing my screen 1 second. And so next week we'll have the session again on Friday, and we just reshare this so you guys can see. Here he is, the man. We will have Mila with us. Really looking forward to that as well. And Ellen, hopefully you can join us in the chat next week.
Yeah. I will be happy to do that.
That'd be awesome. So we look forward to seeing you guys again. next week. We'll also share this video out so you can rewatch if you want to. And yeah, really appreciate you guys taking the time to come on over. Please join our Discord if you haven't already, and reach out on the chat if you need any help at all. Okay? Right.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Elle, for guiding us through this building.
No, that's brilliant. No, thanks so much. I'll catch you later.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye.